A quick update on my lawsuit against the FBI. Hey friends, how you doing? Eric Ulis here. Okay, today I want to bring you up to date very quickly on the status of my lawsuit against the FBI. Specifically, as many of you already know, I'm trying to get access, limited access, to D.B. Cooper's skinny black clip-on tie, which is currently in the possession of the FBI at their headquarters in Washington, D.C. I'm trying to get access for myself and for a DNA retrieval expert. The reason for this is because there's a very small metal spindle apparatus that is incorporated into the tie that may possess D.B. Cooper's DNA, and importantly, it may not be contaminated, and it may be something very close to a full sequence. Needless to say, if we can successfully pull D.B. Cooper's DNA from this metal spindle apparatus, we may be able to determine once and for all conclusively precisely who D.B. Cooper was. It would point to the man himself. Case closed. Well, the FBI has been pushing back on this. I filed a Freedom of Information Act request some time ago. They rejected it on grounds that because this is a physical item, it doesn't fall under the purview of the Freedom of Information Act. Of course, I'm disputing that. I filed a lawsuit March 8th, 2023. Predictably, the FBI pushed back and filed a motion to dismiss. In other words, they're basically saying this thing has absolutely no merit. It's a tie, it's a physical item. It's an artifact, what have you. It doesn't qualify as an agency record for the purposes of FOIA. And a couple of weeks ago, the judge issued an order giving me the opportunity to argue my case against their motion to dismiss, which I've just filed. I just filed yesterday, as a matter of fact, with the judge. So we will see what happens from here. At this point, all we're waiting for is for the judge to issue a ruling with respect to the motion to dismiss. So one of a couple of things is going to happen here. If the judge denies the motion to dismiss, that's great. We win round one as far as that goes, and then we proceed with our arguments relative to the merits of my lawsuit. If the judge actually agrees with the motion to dismiss, then it's done deal, case over. The case has been thrown out, I lose. Now, at that point, I have the opportunity to appeal, or I can choose not to appeal. Having said all that, I do feel like, especially with this latest brief that I filed yesterday, which is 19 pages, that I made a pretty compelling case. I mean, that is really the crux. That is the essence of my case in this matter here. And specifically, I'm pointing to the fact that indeed, an agency record, which is really what we're talking about here as far as FOIA is concerned, doesn't have to come merely in the shape of a document with writing on it. There are a number of different ways that an agency record can exist, and the courts have effectively said that, including the Supreme Court, that it can exist in a number of different material forms. And it also doesn't have to be handwritten. It could be, for example, a film, like a motion picture film, or an audio recording, things of that nature. So that's where the disagreement is at this point. So we will see what happens. Again, at this point, we're simply waiting to hear from the judge. The judge is going to rule on this, I would imagine, sometime within the next couple of weeks. I don't really know for sure. But again, this is all in a federal court in Washington, D.C. So I will bring you up to date as soon as I hear something as far as this goes. But I'm excited because this is taking the FBI to task. And it's like I've said before, if I don't take this route, if we don't take this route, there really is no other route left. We're essentially waving the white flag and just saying, we'll just never get access to the tie, and if there was any DNA, well, sayonara. That's just the way it goes. I guess that tie will just sit in a box for the next, 500 years, and obviously 500 years from now, well, it's very unlikely there will be any DNA left. So we will see what happens. Just wanted to give you a quick update, and if you have any comments or questions, feel free to shoot me an email, eric@ericulis.com. If you want a copy of the brief that I filed, again, 19 pages, just shoot me an email at that eric@ericulis.com address. and I'll send it to you in a PDF format so you can read through it yourself. I'll keep you up to date. All right, folks, thanks very much. Appreciate it. And until next time, cheers.